Detective Hope and the Birthday Bone-Olli Mystery. Welcome to Venice. The city was a shimmering maze of blue canals and golden sunshine. Sifat Jagi, a girl with round glasses and a bright smile, stepped off the water taxi. Right beside her was the birthday boy, Detective Hope, the Sniffles Jaggy. Today, Hope was turning 3 years old. He adjusted his favorite brown beret, his tail wagging like a windshield wiper. "Are you ready for your birthday adventure, Hope?" Sifat asked. Hope gave a confident woof, and his nose began to twitch. They met a friendly man named Navigo, who wore a striped shirt and a straw hat. He was the captain of a long, black boat called a gondola. "Happy birthday, Detective Hope," Navigo cheered, bowing low. He helped Sifat step onto the soft, red cushions of the boat. The water went slap, slap, slap against the sides as they began to float down the Grand Canal. It was the perfect place for a party. Sifat reached into a striped paper bag and pulled out a box. Inside was the most magnificent treat in all of Italy, the birthday Bone-Olli. It was a crunchy pastry shell filled with peanut butter cream and topped with a tiny pink candle. Hope's eyes went wide. He sat very still, waiting for Sifat to sing "Happy Birthday." He could smell the sweet honey and the salty peanut butter. It smelled delicious. Just as Sifat started to sing, a big, noisy boat passed by. Vroom! The gondola rocked and tilted. Sifat had to grab the side of the boat to stay steady. When the water calmed down, she looked back at the seat. "Oh no!" she cried. The box was still there, but the birthday Bone-Olli was gone. The birthday treat had vanished into thin air. Hope let out a confused whimper. The mystery had begun. "Don't worry, Hope," Sifat said, tapping her chin. "This is a job for the world's best detective." Hope stood up and put his nose to the velvet cushion. It was time for his sniffles power. He went sniff, sniff, sniff all over the seat. Navigo watched from the back of the boat, holding his long oar. "Did it fall into the water?" Navigo asked. Hope shook his head. He had caught a scent that wasn't peanut butter. It was the smell of dusty feathers. Hope barked and pointed his paw toward the floor of the gondola. Sifat knelt down to look. "A clue," she whispered. Stuck to the floor was a single gray feather and a tiny trail of pastry crumbs leading toward the side of the boat. It didn't fall, Sifat realized. It was taken. Hope looked up at the sky, his dark eyes searching the rooftops of the old stone buildings. High above on the Rialto Bridge, a plump pigeon named Pecco was looking very guilty. He was perched on a stone railing, trying to hide something behind his wings. Sifat spotted him through her glasses. "Look, Hope, up there." Pecco the pigeon let out a startled coo. When he saw the detectives watching him, he knew he had been caught red-handed, or red-beaked. The gondola drifted under the bridge. Hope let out a series of excited, bouncy barks. He wasn't mad, he just wanted his birthday treat back. Pecco the pigeon realized he couldn't eat the whole thing anyway. With a flutter of his wings, Pecco nudged the Bone-Olli off the ledge. It tumbled through the air. Hope jumped up, his front paws hitting the side of the boat as he watched the treat fall. Luckily, they were passing right by a floating bakery. A man named Beppy was standing on his shop's dock with a large net. He saw the falling pastry and caught it with a quick swish. "Aha!" Beppy laughed. "A gift from the sky." Sifat waved her arms. "That's Hope's birthday treat." Beppy smiled and handed the treat back to Sifat. "Then it must be returned to the birthday boy." With the birthday Bone-Olli safe and sound, the party continued. Navigo sang a beautiful Italian song while Sifat and Hope shared the treat. The sun began to set, turning the Venetian water into a ribbon of pink and purple. Hope's third birthday was the best one yet. He had solved the mystery, saved his snack, and spent the day with his best friend. Case closed.